Well, now that I reviewed the two good ones, it's time to nosedive off a cliff because I was warned that this one and the next one are really bad. I was thinking, oh, come on, they can't be that bad, right? It's Karate Kid. How easy is it to screw that up? Well, as I found out very recently, it's very, very easy to screw it up because, oh my lord, this movie is terrible. Like, we already sunk to bottom of the barrel territory. And from what I've heard, the fourth is even worse. In fact, I can atone for the fourth being worse because I watched it back to back with this one. One of the worst double features in my whole damn life. But we gotta watch them all, we gotta review them all, so let's take this horrible piece of crap straight to the toilet. Then we can deal with the next one in the next video. Welcome back to Amy's Station, welcome back to Kah-Rah-Tay, welcome to the piece of absolute dog shit that is Karate Kid Part 3. What a lousy, piss-poor, terrible ending to the original trilogy. Seriously, everything about this movie just sucks. They took everything that those first two movies got right, threw it down the shitter, and in response did something even worse. Far worse than I could have ever even tried to imagine. Yes, Pat Morita is still great as Mr. Miyagi. Problem is, he, and the rest of the cast for that matter, aren't given shit to work with because the writing in this movie is absolute ass. Like, oh, this movie's writing is so bad that I could hardly even believe it. I couldn't believe it. Because this was apparently from some of the same people who made 1 and 2. But you wouldn't be able to tell just by watching this piece of garbage. So, here's my written review, sums up things pretty well. I am not spending 10 plus minutes on this one piece of shit when I had to deal with an even worse piece of shit in the next video. So let's get this done and over with quick. Well, you all warned me that this one was a dumpster fire, as in the people on Facebook warned me, and y'all couldn't have been more right. Karate Kid Part 3 is a tedious, annoying pain in the ass to sit through, and it only makes me more angry knowing that this is one of Pat Morita's last performances as Mr. Miyagi. And this is the awful treatment his character is given, where he's just yelled at by Daniel pretty much the entire movie. It just makes me hate Daniel as a character. The story's pathetic. It's a movie that tries to make the villains win, but for whatever reason, at the very end, it's got to half-ass it and be like, no, the hero still wins in the end, despite being a literal piece of shit through the majority of the movie. New characters all suck. All of them. They all suck. Pacing is ridiculously meandering. It's so damn slow. Villain is an annoying cartoon caricature and by far the worst of the original trilogy and probably the worst of this franchise. I hate Silver. I hate Silver so much. He's such an annoying, over-the-top cartoon character. And usually that's something I can get behind because it's like, oh, well, at least he's hamming up. He's having fun. No, it doesn't even come off as that. It just comes off as stupid and cringe. The love interest is dropped again for yet another fucking downgrade. Once again, they pull the same shit they pulled from Karate Kid 2, and it's even worse this time because it's an even worse love interest. Even though it turns out not to be a love interest, just a friend that's in the movie and then gone, just makes no fucking sense. It's stupid, it's pointless, and it doesn't have any bearing on anything. Writing's horrendous. I already went over that one. It's like it was literally written by a toddler. Runtime is even shorter than the previous two, and still feels too long. Rewatchability is 0, and so many scenes are pointless filler that it becomes agitating. There is so much pointless filler in this movie that I sometimes forget I'm even watching a movie. Sure, Morita is still great as Miyagi in his second to last performance as the character, But that's nowhere near enough to say this utter disgrace to the franchise. Complete garbage. And because of that, final verdict for it is a 1.5 out of 10. Piece of shit. Giant step down from the first two. Do not watch it. It's not worth your time. And more than likely, there'll just be a recap about it in Cobra Kai, so go watch that instead. Yes, it may be longer, but it's a lot better than this fucking trash. But speaking of fucking trash, next we gotta talk about the fourth one. The one that doesn't have Daniel at all, and has pretty much no point even existing. Joy. See you next time for the next Karate Kid.